Have you been fat your whole life and just can't seem to get that fat away? Well, don't worry, I've been through the exact same, and I want to show you how I got to a point where I'm comfortable taking my shirt off at the beach. So, in this video, I'll show you how to lose fat and gain muscle if you also want to gain muscle, all depending on who you are, because if you do it right, it's not going to be as hard as people say. So, I'm guessing you've tried losing fat before watching this video. I don't know how you did it, but I'll tell you how I did it and what you can change. So take notes. So first time I tried losing weight was a long time ago. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I didn't want to be fat anymore. So what do you think a dopamine addicted kid does when he wants something? It's either is it either A, takes his time, or B, rushes to do it. If you pick B, you're correct. Because 2 years later, I gained all the way back because I just went on a two week fast, which is completely stupid, especially if you're a kid. It's actually very unhealthy as well. So yeah, and I wouldn't really recommend rushing it. Yeah. So what I would do is taking it slow, set goals, track your calories or not, depending on you. So I'll try and explain why some people don't need tracking. Personally, I strongly need strict calorie tracking, and I'll explain why. So basically, you'll know how to know if you actually need tracking or not. If you have ADHD, I don't think I have ADHD, but if you have ADHD, it's very hard to focus on one thing at a time, and some things can very quickly get overwhelming. And a lot of people have what I called, a lot of young people have undiagnosed ADHD, I like to call it, because they watch so much TikTok, and I do as well. So that's why I need extreme structure. I need to make it very simple for myself. I need to have some simple goals throughout the day that I can complete, and those goals will then give me motivation to complete the next ones. And that's the same as calorie tracking. So yeah, but I would either way I would recommend calorie tracking if you're serious about your weight loss journey. But some people actually don't need calorie tracking. Um, but I just think you should spend some time thinking about it. And if you spend enough time thinking about it, you will, of course, find the answer. Yeah. So, what I'm trying to say here is basically find your optimal way of losing weight or tracking your food. And another thing is you might also want something else to focus on while losing weight. So, you're not always thinking about food and that goal. That can be anything from gaming, playing the piano, or even starting a business, or maybe go to the fitness. You also need to stop blaming yourself for missing just one day of optimal calories for weight loss, because it's going to be all right as long as you're in a week deficit, which is basically just you're in a deficit over the week. Like if you need 10,000 calories over the week, eat 8,000. Yeah. Um, and some quick tips just before the video ends: eat high volume foods like salads and stuff like that, and simply don't be dumb. Like if you go into the kebab shop, don't buy a durum where you get the bread and there's like at least 400 calories in the bread alone. Get the kebab box instead. Try adding salads to your meal, like I just said, because there's close to no calories in it. And drink water before your meals. That's one of my best tips, because when I feel full, I get kind of a guilt feeling when I eat, because I'm like, oh fuck, I'm going over my calories, which I might not be, especially with this method, because you basically drink like 400 to 600 milliliters of water, depending on how tall you are and how big you are. Um, yeah, and then you just get more full easier. And a quick thing before the video ends: of course, it's going to be extremely hard, because who doesn't like food? But in the end, it's just about how much you want it. Like when you're about to eat an ice cream, you're gonna think of that six pack in the summer. Yeah, but I'm hoping these tips would make it a bit easier. You know, it's just quick videos on weight loss. I'm currently myself trying to lose. I need to lose 3-4 kilos more to summer, and then I'm good. So feel free to ask any questions in the comments about my weight, height, and macros if you're interested in that. Yeah. Good luck.